Hey everyone, this is Sarah Fezio, and this video is for Myrna, who asked for a video on house paint and silicone. I used dimethicone instead of silicone because I didn't have any, but it is a kind of silicone, so I hope that, Myrna, you're okay with that. This is what I came up with, and if you want to see how I got here, watch the video and enjoy. Let me show you the colors we're going to use. These were all samples. There's like this dusty rose color. I don't know if you can really see. Kind of like that. You should see a little bit. Wine color. It's wine. Maybe if I bring it out, you can see kind of a wine. And a pink. This is light pink. Maybe if I hold, there you go. Pink. If I do it left-handed, it's better. This orangey color. And kind of a weird pinker dusty rose, I guess. I'm not even sure what you call them. So I don't know the names of these colors. They're all Behr Premium Plus samples, but she asked to do one with dimethicone and just house paint, so we're going to do that. And these colors I just had left over from another project. Alright, so I think I don't really have any really light colors, although I do have some of my Artist Loft on the side if I have to use that. So I have a lot of this color, and I'm going to put that first. They all have dimethicone. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out if I do a dirty pour with this. Then I'll put some of my pink, and it might all turn to mush. We'll see. There's the orangish red, orangey color. Wine. I think the wine had been sitting there for a long time, let me tell you, because I shook that vigorously. Let's add a little more of this pinkish rose color. And then this dusty mauve color into the cup. So I do have cells already. So I'm just going to flip it like that, and there should be plenty of paint to cover this canvas. Let me make sure you can see the whole thing. I'm going to let that sit for a minute. I had already added dimethicone before I used the paint, and then I went ahead and added some more just now. So we will see what this looks like, and I have my torch handy. All right. So it's all pretty much the same color. That's the first thing I notice. But it's very fluid, which is good. Not a lot of cell action, really. But I think if I tilt it, I do see some of that orange over there. Let me see if I can tilt it back. There are cells. Can you see the cells there? Maybe, like up at the top. There are cells, but the colors are so subtle. The color difference is so subtle. Okay. At least it got on my tray. This is not a gallery wrapped canvas. This is just a regular 12-inch canvas. All my orange is pouring off. I don't want the orange to go away. All right. Not anything spectacular yet. Paper towel. It's not really doing anything either when I torch it. Except there are, you can't see very well, but over here, there's some really nice at the top lacing. Hold on. It just needs more orange or something. This is why I like to use a combination of house paint and artist paint. Because you see when I swipe, I'm definitely getting cells. Cover up that spot. Now, I definitely have cells going on when I coated the canvas first and then went back through. Okay, you definitely have to put the torch a lot closer. Like really close when you're using the house paint. Okay, so I don't really like this, but let's try it again. Okay, this is just an 8 by 10, but this one I'm going to do differently. So that was the first one. It didn't turn out, it didn't make cells like it could have, but I have some art, like I said, I have some artist loft paint, and it's got more dimethicone in it too. I've got hot pink, or brilliant magenta, burnt sienna, which I'm watering down some, Vermilion, one of my favorite colors. It's watered down. This is the consistency of my Vermilion. I don't really have much of the wine color left, so I'll leave that to the side. What I want to do though first is actually cover my canvas. So the only difference is here with what we did before is that I'm just going to do straight pour, and I'm going to coat my canvas with burnt sienna. And see if this makes a difference. I'm going to reserve some. To the side. Reserve, like cooking. Okay. You can see it pitting on the canvas already, and that's because it has dimethicone in it. So I have burnt sienna on my canvas. Now I'm going to take my orange color, my pinky color, I don't know what to call it, and let's add some light pink. Maybe a touch of this, I don't know what, this lighter color here. And yes, all these colors did go in the painting that I had done. And you can see right away it's wanting to sell up. So maybe a little bit more orange up here just to use what I have. Okay, so this is House Paint with Artist Loft base, and I'm just going to tilt it some. It's very psychedelic 70s. But you can see some cells starting to form right here. I just think that needs some more orange or something right in the middle. And what else do I have left? I just have some of this dusty color. Maybe put a little bit of that at the top. I'm going to tilt it again. The tilting is so that the colors go on top of each other slightly, which I can see that they're doing, before I actually go in and use my torch. I see movement, I don't see cells necessarily. It's moving, but not enough to give me some cells. Like, I literally have to get this right on there for it to do anything. I mean, I see movement, but it's not It's so subtle, like it's not really doing anything. So now I'm going to go back, and I know this is about house paint. Does it make cells? Not really, because I just think the house paint is just too dense. But let's see what happens when I add some bright orange on top of it. I think this will definitely do something. And see, when I put the artist paint, on top, let's see what happens. It doesn't want to do anything still. So to answer your question, the house paint itself doesn't really want to do any cells or anything. But I'm going to keep messing with it and playing with it and see what I can get. But when I swipe, I got cells immediately. So if I torch it, no. When I swipe, yes. Look at that. Right away. So my suggestion to you is, if you do want to use house paint and silicone or dimethicone, that you definitely are going to probably want to swipe. I'm trying to think how I can get that. Let me see. I have my palette knife. Try not to swipe everything off the canvas. So, did I get cells? Yes, I did, but I had to swipe it. It doesn't want to do it automatically. It doesn't want to do it with the torch. And now I have some very small cells appearing. Oh, look, right here, I got them. I'm getting a lot of movement in the middle where I added the Artist Loft. Paint. There's some holes in the canvas where there's no paint. Sometimes you can go back through and fix your painting like so by just adding a few colors. Here and there. So there you go. What this tells me, and what this should tell you guys, is that if you're wanting to do house paint only with dimethicone, it's not going to work unless you swipe. But again, swiping, or if you mix other paints in, then definitely you can get something nice. Of course, these are very odd colors, but I just don't have any paint right here, so let me see what I can do. There's no paint there. Okay. So I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's dry, and you tell me what you think. Okay, so here was the first canvas that we did, and it's kind of blah. So I'm just going to go back and add more paint because, you know, I don't like to waste canvases. And right away when I poured that, I got cells immediately. Immediately. Even though the bottom layer is almost dry, I don't even have to torch that. and it helps to have a lot of paint left. So now I'm pleased with this one too. That needs more orange paint in there. That weird wine color in there. That's really hard to do left-handed. So now it's just a matter of finding something you like and being happy with that. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that. It didn't turn out quite like I expected, but I did get something, two final pieces, a 12 by 12 and an 8 by 10. That turned out pretty good, considering I was using leftover paints that I had from another project. So I'll give you a close-up look. Now autofocus is off because I wanted to be able to get right up close to the camera. And you can see there's some nice cells in there. Some of those are organic and some are from the dimethicone that I used. So this is a 12 by 12. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that. It didn't turn out quite like I expected, but I did get something, two final pieces, a 12 by 12 and an 8 by 10. That turned out pretty good, considering I was using leftover paints that I had from another project. So I'll give you a close-up look. Now autofocus is off because I wanted to be able to get right up close to the camera. And you can see there's some nice cells in there. Some of those are organic and some are from the dimethicone that I used. So this is a 12 by 12. And some of it's really shiny because I don't know if you caught that, but I thought I was putting GAC 800 in, or GAC 800 in my paint, and I actually put acrylic glazing liquid gloss in there. Now this is usually what I use when I use a brush, okay? It keeps my paint from, you guys can see that, keeps the paint from drying fast. So let's just say my pour took forever to dry, but it did eventually just fine. So they're very pinky and orange. Maybe you can see better that way. So this is the 8x10. And I just wanted you guys to get a chance to see what the dried piece is like. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comments, questions below. I'll get to them as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, everyone. Lots of love. Bye.